16.
16! And I have an awesome guest, Buttah Man! Okay, I'm gonna park my bike. I mean, my scooter. Actually, my car. How does it look, Eric?
Great, one sec.
What team is this?
Utah Jazz.
Oh, God.
You don't like John Stockton?
I don't really like Utah. Because you like it so much. What up, Buttah Man?
What's going on?
Come on to the small talk show. Small talk show. Oh, Lila Man.
Oh,
I'm
Lila.
so great to finally have you on Small Talk.
I'm so good to be here. It's about to fire my agent. Like, what, what am I doing? I'm sleeping with all the right people. Why am I not allowed to show yet? You know what I'm saying? Like, really, I'm just happy to be here. I'm so happy you have this platform. So proud of you. I see how hard you work, and you're one of like my favorite people on the comedy scene. You really are. I'm not just saying that because I'm on your show. You know, you're cool as fuck. So.
Oh, you cool as fuck too.
Yay!
So I met you at the Comedy Store.
Yep.
On Michelle Murdoch's Crack 'Em Up Thursday.
Yes, you
That's
did.
where we met. Crack 'Em Up at the Comedy Store.
Official tune selector DJ of Crack 'Em Up Thursdays.
I love Crack 'Em Up so much.
It's an awesome room. Awesome room.
You have great teeth and I smile.
Well, you know. Genetics.
So, where are you from?
I'm originally from the Virgin Islands, St. Thomas.
Ever since I left the city, you got a reputation for yourself.
Wait, really?
Yes, the Caribbean. I'm a island boy, rude boy, massive. Yes. Yes, I'm an island boy. Yep, Virgin Islands, and then I went to school in Maryland. I lived in New York for a while. Moved out here in 2015 to pursue this disrespectful ass comedy game, and it's been in LA ever since, grinding.
Grinding, you're on the grind. That comedy grind is real. The hustle is real.
You gotta love it.
I love comedy so much, and you're like seriously one of my favorite people to see on the comedy scene too. So I have to know, when did you know that I'm a stand-up comedian? This is what I'm about to do for my life. Purpose.
You know what? What happened was I actually had a really bad experience in New York, and I stopped doing stand-up. And it was just like I was doing the whole open mic thing, and I just had this really disrespectful incident, and I was like, fuck stand up, I'm gonna just go write and create shows, and you know, because I was really more into like realizing that as a comic, you know, the best thing that you could ever do is like what you're doing. Create your own platform. Don't be running around to people hand in hand like, please put me on your shit, please put me. No, create your own stuff. And when you think about the real comedians, who the people I respect and admire, you know, like the Keenan Ivory Wayans and you know the Robert Towsons and like those people, look them up if you don't know. They did their own thing. They created their own platforms. They created their own stuff, and then put on all their homies, and then everybody else, you know, the Jim Carreys and the Jamie Foxxes, and you know, like all those people benefited from the fact that these people decided they were just going to do their own thing. And so this is why I believe that as a comic, it's important for you to create your own shit.
Absolutely. I couldn't have said it better myself.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for dropping that wisdom. That's why we do small
That's
talk.
how we do. Boom! Wisdom. Take it. Do what you want with it.
So, you quit comedy.
I love your purple, by the way. This is really dope.
Yeah.
No, I mean, no, this is what I did. I went into television, and I started like writing television shows and created a show that actually got picked up by MTV. I hosted a show called Hood Fab for 3 years. It was like a hip hop game show, yeah. And then I was doing a lot of talking head stuff. And so once I got on television, I was like, fuck comedy. I'm on TV, bitches. But I did miss the performance aspect of it, and I knew I was meant to be a stand-up comic because I had been away from it so long, and I missed it, and I couldn't watch other people do stand-up. I couldn't watch a stand-up comedy special because I was like, in my mind, be like, why aren't you doing that? Why aren't you doing that? Why aren't you doing that? Like, you know what I'm saying? When you don't do it for a while and you can't watch, like people, yo, you saw the new so I can't watch it because it's too painful. So that's when I got back on stage in Brooklyn, 2012, and then just started performing. I was like, I was never gonna stop ever again. I was never gonna not have comedy in my life. So yeah, so here I am.
Comedy always brings you back home. Like once you catch the comedy bug, it's like really.
Oh
hard to
no,
get
no!
rid of it.
Comedy is my abusive boyfriend, and I stalk it. I'm like, why won't you call me? I changed myself for you. Okay, you wanted me to fix my punchlines. I fixed them. What's wrong? What's wrong with me? Why won't you love me? That's me in comedy all day.
So you've been.
Comedy, I'm telling you, comedy made me crazy. It made me crazy.
I think comedy makes a lot of people
It
crazy.
makes you crazy.
But I think, you have to be a little bit crazy
Oh, you
already
do.
to go on stage. Because sometimes I'll be thinking about it. I'm sitting at the show waiting for like my name to call up. And I'm like, this is absolutely ludicrous. That I want to get in front of all these people, talk about all the things that used to make me feel so insecure and be painful in my life. And I want to say it in front of all these strangers. That's not really normal.
The best part of it is that like you're like waiting to get called up, and then when it's your turn, you go, I don't want to do this. You know what I'm saying? Like those moments right before you hit the stage, you're like, okay, all right, yeah, that little bit of anxiety that you have. Like I'm always like, why am I doing this to myself? Like, why am I doing this to myself? Like these motherfuckers, shit. But no, but I love it. I wouldn't have it any other way. And besides that, comedy brings great people into your life. Like yo,
like us together on this couch.
Utah jazz it up. Jazz it up.
Is this like a dance group?
Oh, you're hilarious. It is. It's a dance troupe.
Oh man.
So is there, I'd like to ask comedians this, is there any place you won't take your stand-up comedy? Or you just like talk about whatever?
No, you know what? I really feel like as a comic, you got to be honest about your truth. You have to be a truth teller. That's what comedians do.
Yes.
I think the best comedy comes from being honest. And when you look at the comedians who are really great, they're not afraid to put it out there. Richard Pryor was not afraid to put it out there. You know what I mean? Like a lot, like you look at Chris Rock and you look at what Dave Chappelle has done, like all the people who I respect and admire are not afraid to put it out there. So I know for me, I'm out there with all my shit.
Me too.
I'm out there with all my stuff. So it's because that's how you take comedians are great because they take pain and make it profit. And make it, you know what I'm saying? And if you can do that, then you can actually really, really do some dope shit. And you can inspire other people to say, you know what, man, like, okay, I might be gay or, I might be almost midget, but not quite.
I'm a bad bitch, okay?
You know what I'm saying? But I can still go out there and live my dreams and do my thing. I think that's the cool thing about comedians, because we're actually brave enough to just be on stage and put all that shit out there. But like I said, I just knew that if I was gonna be a comedian, I had to be honest about my life.
Hell yeah.
And do the work. There are no shortcuts. There are no, you know what I mean? Like once you accept that, then you can be good.
Absolutely. I totally 100% agree with the being true and being authentic. It's like those are very key components to great comedy.
Totally.
Because when you're authentic and your real self on stage, you leave the audience with, as much as you make them laugh, you inspire people in a way to be themselves.
And you also said that good comedy comes from being able to say the things that people aren't afraid to say, or people are afraid to say, but you're saying it for them. And so they laugh, and you make it comfortable for them to laugh at whatever it is that, they may not be, I think laughter is medicine at the end of the day. Like what we do, when you make people laugh and use your humor to bring joy to people's lives, it's a beautiful thing. You know what I mean? I just wish I paid more. disrespectful comedy shit. But we're blessed. We're blessed. We're blessed to be doing what we love in Hollywood, nonetheless.
Hey.
How about this? We're out here doing it in Hollywood, y'all.
In Hollywood.
Hollywood town. That's us. Hollywood. Doing comedy. Hollywood.
So when you bomb on stage,
Who bombed? But never. What bomb?
I don't know either.
I don't bomb. I've just been in a lot of strange rooms. This room is strange. This room is so strange. I don't know how this room got so strange. Oh my goodness. Y'all are laughing at my jokes. But this is my favorite part. I don't give a fuck. This shit is funny. No, it's not. Oh, fuck y'all. This shit is funny. No, it's not. It's not funny. Shut up. Go home. No. Okay, but seriously, but when I've heard of people bombing, please, let's talk about it.
Well, this is the one thing I would say. Number one, it's like, I have a really cool story to tell you, actually.
Okay.
Okay, so I bombed one time, but one time I bombed because I tried this joke where the joke is, have you ever texted a guy and then he stopped responding to your text messages? And you're like, with your friends, you're like, oh, did he die? And in this case, he did die. He was dead as fuck. He literally ghosted me. Ooh, scary. Okay, anyways. So I tried this joke.
Alright.
Ooh, spooky.
Okay.
Ooh, I'm ghosting you.
Okay. Lila, I'm gonna give you a hug for that joke.
Okay.
You tried.
Not
You're so
only,
sweet.
listen, not only.
You tried. Oh, God bless you.
Not only did that joke bomb, I started crying on stage because I was like, yo, he really did die, and I'd probably need therapy, and I started crying, right? And then tonight, when I was at my comedy show, I ran into this guy, and he was like, hey, I saw you at the Nerd Melt, and you did this joke, and you cried on stage, and he goes, man, that was like so touching how like at one point you had us laughing and then you got like so real and you cried and like that really moved me and I was like, damn. So maybe it worked.
No, it didn't.
At least
He ghosted me. Did you do the woo at the end too? Oh no.
I said spooky.
Oh no. Okay.
Spooky. Ooh, I'm
I see. My thing is, I it's really not bombing per se. It's just like, yo, like the shit is just not working. It's just not like it's never gonna be perfect. It's not gonna, and in those moments, it's okay to just say, my name is Buttah. Thank you. Good night, and and go home.
I don't use the joke anymore, but I do it for my
go
friends.
home and kill yourself.
I just do it for my friends. At open mic, sometimes I'll do the joke and be like, ooh, spooky.
No, you know what it is? I'm really. This is not really, but because I've been in comedy for a minute and I watch comedians, and it's gonna sound cruel, but sometimes it's funny to watch somebody try to work their way out of a bad joke. It's like, okay, how you gonna get out of this? 'Cause you're already there, and okay, this is going on, and then the worst thing is when there's just dead silence and no one's saying anything, and then you hear my ass cackling in the background like, he can't get out of this shit. What is he gonna do? Oh shit! No, he didn't. Oh man, this room is strange. Fuck that. That shit's funny. Fuck that. It's like, okay, all right, go ahead, bro.
That's so funny.
Go ahead, bro. You good. Oh no, better yet, this is when they bomb / club name drop. Yo, this shit worked at the Laugh Factory. Fuck this open mic.
Oh my god, yeah.
That's always cute.
Well, I guess the one thing I've learned from the times at Bomb is never blame the audience. Just realize that like the joke needs to be
you
worked
suck,
out.
not them.
The joke needs to be worked out, and because think I've been guilty of that. Like, oh, those people in there was weird. That's why they didn't get my shit. But you know what I mean? Like, I love that you bring up that point. Because listening to it like that sounds ridiculous. Like, it's all on you.
Yeah, I mean, to me, it's more like it would have been strange if they was laughing. Have you ever heard a room get strange when a comedian was doing well? This room is strange. I'm laughing at my shit. This is so weird. You people are weird. What is going on? What's happening? God, I love my comedy brethren. They're the best. They're the greatest.
The late nights at the Comedy Store, things can get strange, though, for real.
Okay, that is true.
Things can get strange. Remember that one night that we were out there?
Oh, the one that you got accused of being a prostitute? You be hoeing, girl.
Okay, I was just
Why
trying to
you be hoeing?
I was just getting free juice. So what happened was, because guys at the Comedy Store, you know, they want to buy me a drink. And I don't drink alcohol, so I'm like, I'll just take the cash and go to the store Pink Dot down the street and get my juice, right? And one time, another
You sure that's what you're doing with the cash?
Yes, I'm getting that juice.
Oh, you're doing with the cash.
One time I collected $30 at the Comedy Store and I filled up my gas tank. So
You better fill your gas tank.
hell
You better
yeah!
do it.
Give me that money. Venmo me, by the way. So
Cash app over here.
I'll put our cash app in Venmo.
Yeah,
I'm ruthless. I don't give a fuck. Please send money.
I told you already, this game is disrespectful as fuck. You need to get money however you can get it. Y'all know what time it is. You gotta do all these fucking free shows and shit trying to get on, especially in LA. No one's paying you for shit. If you can get a free drink, a buffalo wing, whatever you can get out of this motherfucker, I don't give a fuck. You need to figure out some form of payment to make this shit worth it. I mean, none of it's all cute and everything to be a comedian, but if you can't keep your phone on, you're not gonna know when that next job is coming in. So you gotta have some other shit going on. So okay, so back to you hoeing. What happened?
What? I'm really hoeing. I'm just saying.
No, I mean, you know, so.
I just gotta use my shortness to my advantage, you know. I mean, if you want to feel bad
And
for
I
me,
believe
don't
someone
let some
accused
go.
you of using your
Using my disability to get money from dudes. And I was like, hell yeah, if I had a fat ass, that's what I would use. But I got spina bifida, so if I have to walk around with an extra limb to get me myself a damn juice, hell yeah, I'm gonna get that juice.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, and I don't. Yeah, it's kind of crazy, but you know, you have to learn how to understand when somebody says something to you in a drunken environment. That's the drunk person talking. That's not the sober person talking.
Right.
The sober person would be like, okay, you know what, I get it. Like, you know, whatever they offer you, whatever. A drunk person like, you know, you need to represent yourself. Okay, you are just disrespecting yourself out here, and I just want you to know, I'm looking out for you, girl. I'm looking out for you, girl. I just want you to like really, bitch.
Oh my god, it gets wild at the Comedy Store. We've seen a lot of crazy shit.
Well, I honestly I try to focus on work and networking and all that kind of stuff, and try to stay out of the whole, you know what I'm saying? Like I think it's, you gotta, you have to hang out, you have to network, but then when you start becoming like,
okay,
a mess, a straight mess.
What advice would you give any person pursuing their dreams in LA that's struggling, because this is a hard, long road sometimes. So what advice would you give someone to not give up?
I would say this, the one thing I always tell everybody.
Get out of my way, bitch, because I'm going.
Follow me on Instagram. This is at all things Buttah. No, I would say this. I would say understand in Hollywood that, well, two things. Number one is this. Oh shit, I forgot it. Wait, I had it. It was right. It was floating. I'm gonna catch it. Ah! Okay, here it is. One person's no does not kill your dream. One person's no should never kill your dream. So if you don't get the part, if you don't get on this show, if you don't get whatever, it's one no. It does not kill your dream. So you should be able to, no matter what you don't necessarily receive or whatever, is you get up and you keep doing the work and you keep pushing and you do not stop. You know what I mean? Like you do not stop. Like I'm here on this couch with you because we don't stop. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're gonna leave here and go do some other shit, you know what I mean? Like get up the next day and perform and do the work because you didn't come, you know, most times when people from Hollywood or come to Hollywood town, they leave wherever they're from to come here. So if you're here, that was half the battle. Now you're in this town, how the fuck you not working? How are you not gonna be out there doing what you're supposed to be doing, putting in the hours to get to where you need to go? It's crazy. You're here. Do the work, create something, do some shit.
Absolutely. I love that. Thank you for dropping some wisdom.
Wisdom! Boom! So we do.
Hell yeah.
I started radio because I was interning at a radio station. And my job was to be a van driver, which I drove the station van and gave away t-shirts, which was so much fun. But the jocks, they used to get paid like $100 an hour when I was getting like $7.50 an hour. I mean, and free t-shirts and all that fun shit. But it was like
hook me with some gear.
Yeah, you know what I mean? But so I was like, wait, I can do that. So then I started doing like little callbacks to the radio station. And then the programmer was like, you know, you have a really cool personality. You should try being on the air. So they put me in overnights. And that's how I started, like late night, like 2 o'clock in the morning to like 6 in the morning on the radio.
That's fucking cool. Are you doing radio now?
Well, I'm doing a podcast now, you know, but...
you want to shout that podcast now?
Yes, Hip Hop Caucus Podcast. And then, what else are we doing? Oh, and then I'm still doing a lot of hosting stuff, like hosting events and, you know, talking head stuff.
Talking head stuff.
You know, basically pop culture commentary, that kind of stuff. But yeah, you know, so it's been cool. It's been cool. Been able to do a lot of stuff as far as creating content for the web, and you're coming up with all these different really cool shows that start off as a web series, but then end up getting picked up by networks. So, you know, so it's been fun. It's been a journey. Then I decided that, you know what? How can I really be broke? Let me go to comedy. That's what I'm talking about. All of that radio money and stuff. Let me get into this comedy game. Nobody told me this shit was disrespectful. I had no idea. I was like an executive making 6 figures with an assistant and an expense account. And then when I decided I was going to go to LA and pursue comedy, a year later, I was sleeping on somebody's couch, broke as fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like, what happened to my life? You know what I'm saying? But this is what, you know, what coming to LA is. This town will break you.
It's what it's all about. Only the strong will survive.
And this is why comedy is my crazy boyfriend, and I stalk it. I stalk the fuck out of comedy. I'm like, what do you mean? I showed up. I'm here at the comedy store. I'm in the Laugh Factory. That's what you said you were gonna be. Why aren't you there? Like that kind of shit. Like, but you know, you have to be a little crazy to.
Well, speaking of like abusive boyfriends, are you dating in Los Angeles? How do you feel about the Los Angeles dating scene?
You know what? Honestly, Los Angeles dating is good for your work because the motherfuckers out here are so corny that, like, yeah, I don't even.
It's like, great to write.
Yeah, you can do. Yeah, you you know, this dude on Facebook Messenger sent me unsolicited video of his junk.
Oh shit, a video.
And the crazy part about it was, right, okay, so they sent me their junk, and I wasn't paying attention because at first I was like, people still send nudes on Facebook Messenger? It's dangerous. So I was like, so I'm not paying attention. And then the dude was like, yo, did you not like my video? Did it turn you off? I was like, what video? The video I sent of your junk. Of my stuff. I was like, what? So now I'm like, okay, so let me see it now. Then I saw it, I was like, seen better, you know. I mean,
not very
not, you know, I'm not getting out the car. I'm not getting out the car for that. It's, it's, you know, you have to have I need to see like a bank statement, some credit
Next to
score,
the pay.
that kind of, yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah. So, but make a long story short, no pun intended. Make a long story short, woo! I'm like, let me see the profile. Let me see what this person has going on. Yo, there they are in photographs in matching white suits with another dude with like gold, like feeding him cake. Obviously, that's a wedding, right?
Oh my god.
A married dude was sending me his junk unsolicited. So me too, I'm sexy. Okay, I have a Me Too story now. Yeah, so that was the moral of that story. I'm sexy because I have a Me Too story because I get unsolicited junk too. So there. Yeah.
Speaking of which, send him something in his DMs.
And if you're married, you should not be sending junk to
Slide
anyone.
into his
You're
DMs
married,
only if you're
okay?
single.
We did not fight for marriage equality, so you can send other men pictures of your junk. All right, respect your marriage. Okay, I don't know what you heard about me, but I don't do that anymore. I'm saved. I don't do that anymore. Who have you been talking to? I don't do that. I don't start some married man's car. Bullshit. So dating sucks.
Yeah, I feel you on
But
that.
the sex out here. Okay, we can wrap on that. This is about it. This is what? Episode 16.
No, come on. Do it with your sassy radio voice.
Okay, we're done. Hi, this is Buttah. Small talk.